Hi everybody and welcome to today's yoga video. In the following routine, which has been designed for ultra runners, we're going to work nice and slowly on opening up the body and helping to restore some kind of movement and get some hydration back into the tissues that have been working really hard. I probably would recommend that you grab a blanket or a cushion, some kind of prop that will provide some support in some of the yoga poses we're going to do and just make things a little bit more comfortable. So if you'd like to press pause, go and grab something like a towel, a rolled up towel can work as well. I'll meet you back here on the mat in a moment. Okay, so to begin today, we're just going to sit on our blanket or our prop, just either in a nice easy cross-legged position or in any form or shape that feels really comfortable for you today. Listen to your body. I really want you to tune into how you're feeling today, and we don't need to be kind of pushing through any barriers today. Really kind of tone things down, we're going to slow it down and kind of focus on our breathing as we move. If you'd like to, you can sit with your legs out in front, or sometimes sitting with our legs scissored can also work. So take a few minutes to kind of settle in. We're just going to center ourselves before we begin by kind of relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, feel the brow soften, allow the shoulders to drop. The hands can rest on the legs or anywhere that's comfortable. Closing our eyes can help us kind of turn our attention inward. It takes away any distractions for a few moments, kind of visual distractions. And I'd like you to now focus on your breathing, just kind of feeling the natural rise and fall of the body with the breath. Feeling the inhale and the exhale moving through your body. And throughout today's practice, if the mind does start to wander, just simply guide your attention back to your breath. And this can be a great anchor, kind of grounding point for us as we go through this practice today. So just to focus on the breathing for a few more minutes, I'd like you to take your hands to your lower abdomen and just really breathe into the hands. Take a nice deep breath in and really feel that expansion. And as you exhale, feel everything dropping back towards the spine. So this is some nice deep abdominal breathing. So we're kind of using a little bit more force here to kind of open up the body, maybe more than you would in a natural breath where you're not thinking. So let's try this another couple of times, just taking a nice big inhale, really feeling the ribs expand. And exhale fully. Let's do two more. And exhale fully. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Great. Open the eyes, just bring the hands back to the legs. We're going to slowly move around into a tabletop. And again, if you'd like to, you can always bring your knees onto your cushioning here. So we're going to go through a few rounds of cat-cow, warming up the spine really gently. So not forcing anything again, as I said earlier. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, round the back like a cat. Dropping the head gently down towards the ground, feeling the spine, making that nice shape. Inhale, kind of allowing the pelvis to tilt forward, gently looking forward. So you're feeling the curve of the spine in the opposite direction. Exhale, rounding the back. And inhale, coming through back into the cow stretch. Inhaling. And as you exhale, come back into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Pushing the floor away with the hands just a little bit. And inhale, coming to cow. And then making your way to a nice neutral spine just with a flat back. From here, we're going to sit back onto the heels and bring the toes together, but take the knees nice and wide. From here, we're going to stretch out along the mat into a child's pose, but with the arms stretching out and even kind of pressing the hands down into the floor a little bit to feel some opening through the underside of the arm, maybe into the back and the upper back a little bit here. Take a nice big inhale, feel the back of the body open up with the inhale here. And as you exhale, just bring the hands in, turn the face to the right, and let the shoulders relax now. And just let the forehead, the side of the forehead, rest on your arms. This is a nice passive stretch for the hips, top of the feet. And we can just allow the shoulders to relax here for a moment. Good. Take an inhale, slowly rise up. We're going to walk the hands back in front of us, and then this time roll the hands to the outside edge and press the outside edge of the hand into the mat. Draw the hips away and feel a nice opening in a different area as you really reach the hands forward, press them into the mat, and sink those hips towards your heels. Great. Let go of the tension for a minute and then roll the hands the other way a little bit, kind of rolling over your thumbs, bringing the back of the hands towards each other. Again, press the side of the thumb into the mat. Good. Big inhale. And exhale, relax. This time, bring the hands back in towards you and switch the placement. If you had the left hand on top, now move so the right hand is on top. And turn the face in the opposite direction and just rest the side of the forehead on the hands. Again, kind of just gently move the shoulders from left to right to make sure they're not holding on to any tension here. And just feel the top of the feet, the hips, everything pressing down behind you as the neck releases. The weight of the head is supported by your hands here. Good. Take an inhale. Lift the head up slowly and then stretch the arms out. And now we're going to walk the hands over to the outside edge of the mat, over to the right. You might automatically feel a nice stretch down through the left side into the top of the left hip. Really press the hands actively into the floor here and see if you can deepen the stretch. Good. Allow the head to just rest wherever it gently falls. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale and slowly walk the hands over to the other side. So pressing the hands down into the floor on the left-hand side of the mat. Maybe feeling a stretch now through the right side, down into the right hip, kind of along the edge of the right rib cage, getting into the side tissues. Good. Press the hands actively into the floor. Take a nice big inhale. And walk the hands back to the center. Now we're going to slowly lift up here. And because we've been kind of sitting back on our feet, I'd like you to lift the toes up and just gently kind of rock the feet from side to side. Encourage some gentle movement back into that area that has been a little bit constricted. Nice job. Now to work on our upper spine and opening up the areas that sometimes get tight, especially if you run with a hydration pack, and this area of the body's doing a little bit more work, I want you to we're going to try and open this up and encourage some kind of nice movement through that area. But again, move nice and slowly and gently. So coming back into tabletop, we're going to kind of warm up first a little bit. Bring the left hand a little bit more into the center of your mat. Take the right hand to the outside of the temples and gently leading with the elbow, open up to the side and then come back down. We'll do 5 of those. Gently encouraging some rotation in the upper body. Good. 2 more. And last one. Opening up nice and gently. Good. Now we're going to reach this right arm up and then thread it underneath. The left hand is going to walk out along the mat. And we're going to thread the needle. So you're threading this right arm underneath the left. Really stretching the fingertips out across the mat. And then gently lowering down to the ground. We don't want to place too much pressure on the neck, so keep some weight in the left hand and feel this nice deep stretch across the back of the right scapula, really getting into that upper back area. Good. You can reach those left fingertips out a little bit more, but keep a little bit of weight in that left hand. We don't want to be putting too much weight into the head. The weight is taken by the arms. And then to come out, walk the left hand in, press actively into the left hand, reach this right arm back out, take it back up, good, and then all the way back down. We're going to switch sides to place the right hands kind of in the middle of the mat in front of you, and now take the left hand to your temple. I'm going to lead with that left elbow, opening up to the side, and then bringing the elbow back down. Let's do 4 more. Gently opening up through the left shoulder, warming up this area. Good, not going too far, just listening to our body. Last one, come back. And then take the left arm and reach it up just as gently and as comfortably as far as it can go, and then sweep it under the right arm and stretch it out along the floor. We're going to take the right arm along the mat in front of us, take a little bit of weight here, and as you creep these left fingers and really stretch out the back of that left shoulder, gently place the side of the head down on the ground and look under your right arm. So we're threading the needle now, the left arm under the right. Good. So you can really stretch through with those left fingertips, opening up across the back of the left scapula. Press this right hand into the ground. You can reach it out if that feels comfortable. But again, we don't want to take too much weight into the neck and the head, so really keep a little bit of weight in this right arm. I like to kind of just protect everything that way. We're still getting a good stretch, and we can still really open up the body here. Take one more inhale, press into the right hand actively, and slowly, slowly take this left arm back out. Reach it up one more time, and then come down to the mat. Come back into tabletop and slowly sit back onto your heels. Have a little shake out of the hands. Nice job. Okay, we're going to slowly move over onto our mat now, and maybe move the kind of prop or your blanket or your cushion a little bit further up to the top of the mat. From here, we're going to roll, maybe even fold it in half. There's a couple of different ways. What we want to be doing is encouraging opening of the chest by using this as a prop kind of to support us underneath. So you can find the perfect place. You want to lie down on the mat and automatically feel this gentle back bend that's supported using the props. You might have to just adjust things a little bit. There we go. So there's a number of options we can do here. We've got this supported fish, which is a nice back bend and opener for all this connective tissue across the sternum. You could come into Baddha Konasana or seated the cobbler pose with the legs. You can take the arms out to the side and just take some nice deep breaths here. Now we can really feel the abdomen in a different position. We can focus on our breathing again. But notice with the inhale how this area stretches out. So take some nice deep breaths. Let's do 3 more nice big inhales. Exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Last big inhale. And exhale fully. Good. Slowly bring the knees up and roll over onto one side just so you can come up. And now we're just going to move the prop to one side. We're going to focus more on the lower legs now. Just move the prop. And I'm going to draw the right knee in towards the chest, taking a nice stretch here. You can flex and point the toes, wriggle the feet around. That can help. Just kind of loosen up the ankle a little bit. And then switch sides. You're going to do the left knee hugging in. Keep the right leg active by imagining you're standing on the floor. Squeeze the left knee into the chest. And then again, do some circles with the foot so you can wiggle the ankle around just to kind of encourage some movement there too. You can hear my left ankle is clicking. Good. Hug both knees into the chest now. And we're going to cross the right leg over the left. So from here we can sit up. We can take hold of the shins, the ankles or the feet and begin to gently draw the knees in towards us. Now this pose you can do as a seated position, but it's much more comfortable, especially for ultra runners, to do this as a reclined position because we not only get the benefits of a slight inversion of the legs, so kind of helping to drain any fluid from the joints of the legs, the knees, the ankles, the hips, but it also allows you to kind of gauge the sensations in the hips a little bit more carefully and closely. So you can guide the hands towards you and kind of Don't pull too much, but just feel a gentle deepening of the stretch. And you can also kind of wiggle the feet around too. So that's going to get into the hips, into the feet. Good. You can also move the knees up and down nice and slowly. Great. Then we're going to let go of the hands, keep the legs where they are, but I've got my left foot on the ground. Then I'm going to do a little twist and let the knees roll over to the left. From here, turn the head slowly to look over to your right. And we've just got this nice reclined twist with the legs crossed, which is going to be great for the spine, great for the legs. Try to let the shoulders relax down onto the ground. Let the face soften. Good. Take a nice big inhale. On the exhale, use your core to lift the legs back up to center. I'm just going to switch straight to the second side. So we're going to cross the left leg over the right. Sit up a little bit as you reach forward to take hold of the shins, the ankles or the feet. And then let the head rest on the ground. And notice any differences that you feel between the right and the left. And go through the same range of motion, so you can kind of wiggle the feet, move the knees slowly up and down. You can make the stretch a little deeper sensation by drawing the knees in towards you. You can hold this here, or again, feel free to kind of wiggle the feet. And get a sense for how everything's feeling today. Good. And then from here, we're going to release the hands, place the right foot on the floor and let the legs fall over to the right. And turn the head to look out to the left. So we're getting a spinal twist in the opposite direction, just really helping to kind of work on the tissues around the hips. Allow the shoulders to relax down onto the floor. Good job. It's a nice twist. And then take an inhale, and as you exhale, use the core to lift the knees back up to the center. Uncross the legs, and then slowly lift them up. And there's a couple of options here. You can come into a kind of version of Happy Baby with the hands wrapped around the back of the legs. If it's in your range of motion, you can reach up and place the hands around the top of the feet, hands on the inside. And then we can come into Happy Baby, just kind of rocking around, wiggling the feet. You can push the feet up and down. And you can also make this quite an active stretch by gently pulling down with the hands as you push up into the hands with the feet. So you can feel the strength in your legs here. And you can also push the back of the arms into the knees to make it more of an inner thigh groin stretch as well. So this is great for runners as well. If you're not too keen on malasana, which is basically a deep squat, this is a really great alternative. And again, as I mentioned, we get the benefits of the inversion. You can give your back and your spine a little massage from rocking to side, side to side. Nice job. Okay, slowly release, bring everything down to the floor. And just take a full body stretch. So you want to point the toes out, reach the arms, and then kind of reach with the right hand and the right leg, and then switch. Left hand, left leg. And kind of do this a couple of times, maybe even coming into a little side bend as you do that. And imagine someone's pulling you out. So imagine you're on a kind of a stretching board under traction. It used to be a torture device, but this is actually much more therapeutic. So really reach, you can kind of do some twirls with the hands and the fingers. Pump the fingers into your palms a few times. Flex and point the toes, and then draw everything in one more time. So make yourself into a tiny, tiny ball. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, lift the forehead up, draw yourself into a tiny ball, and then release everything down to the mat. And we're going to move into corpse pose for a period here of resting. If you like to grab your blanket, you might like to put it on the ground behind you for your back for a little bit of support. Allow the hands to rest on the floor. arms falling out to the side. Allow the feet to relax and the feet to fall out to the side as well. Close the eyes and allow the body to feel the ground underneath you. Feel that support of the earth. And just feel the body really letting go here for a moment, so we're not holding any tension. To kind of help with that process, let's start scanning down from the crown of the head. So take your awareness to the top of your head and the back of your head, and really kind of feel the connection, the point of the back of the head that touches the ground. And just feel the weight of your head resting here. And then scan down through the shoulder blades, the back of the arms, the back of the hands. Feel the hands heavy on the ground. Take a moment to squeeze the hands into tight, tight fists, and then let go of that tension. And really just feel the body in the back of the hand and the whole hand just relaxing now. Take your awareness to your spine, let it soften. Let it be supported by the ground. Back of the hips, the back of the legs, back of the calf, ankle, and foot. Take your awareness to your toes and squeeze them into tight, tight kind of little fists, and then release. Wiggle the toes and then let them soften and relax fully. And just feel this wave of relaxation spreading through the body. This is where the magic happens, where the deep restorative action takes place. And as we've said, if the mind begins to wander, just come back to the breath and simply count. Inhale 10, exhale 9, inhale 8, exhale 7. Inhale 6, exhale 5, inhale 4, exhale 3, inhale 2, exhale 1. So take a nice big inhale and begin to bring some movement back to the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. Just shaking the feet from side to side as well. Very slowly, you can lick the lips, take a full body stretch. Just like we did before, opening up the body. Slowly bringing it back to the now, in the present moment. And we're going to slowly bring the knees in, walk the feet up the mat, and roll over onto your side. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or begin to slowly open them. And come back to sitting on your cushion just for the end of this practice today. Come to an easy cross-legged position. Let's bring our hands to our heart center in a prayer position. And take a moment to be thankful for this opportunity. Thankful for our mind, our body, and our breath. Thank you for being here today and practicing. Have a wonderful day.